Okay, so hi Eliana.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. I'm really excited to talk to you about your project because you've chosen one of the stories that is my favourite in the archives. So I'm really excited. Do you want to just tell us who you've made the artwork for, first of all?
Yeah, so I made it for Ilse Jacobs.
Okay, and can you tell us about the story behind the piece?
Yeah, so this is my main piece. And Ilse Jacobs, when she came to Manchester, she did domestic work for a family. And when they went on holiday, she thought she was getting a holiday, but really she just went to find a pile of washing up to do. So at night, she went to the fire escape, and there was a hotel next door with dancers, and she would go and watch them. And that's the story behind my piece. Also, in general, she also often felt quite isolated and like an outsider. So that's why I really picked this part of her story, because I thought that this represented it well.
So she came here on a domestic visa, didn't she? She came to kind of work for a family, and it was quite hard work. And yeah. And then, can you tell us about the wood that you've used in the piece? It's gorgeous. I love it.
I used this wood and painted over it with acrylics because I thought a natural aspect would look very nice, and it looks very effective.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I really want it. I want it in my house. It's gorgeous. So how did you go about making the piece? Tell us a bit more about your process.
So first I painted the whole wood with like a washed yellow sort of background. And I had to use like masking tape and stuff to get sort of lines. Then I painted these ballet dancers and stuck them on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A quote that she said on here on little wooden hexagons and pinned them on.
And can you read us out the quote?
So when she was watching the ballet dancers, she said, "Little things seem to matter very much and made you feel sore."
That is so touching, isn't it? Made you feel sore, like you didn't belong. I think that's I find it really moving when we're listening to the oral history in the archive. And so eventually her family open a bakery in Cheetham, don't they? And you were telling me that your family knew the bakery. Do you want to tell us a little bit?
Yes, I was talking to my dad about it, and he said he remembers the bakery sign very clearly, the one on Bury Old Road. He said it was a blue bakery sign with mustard yellow bold letters. And also my grandma remembers the one on Great Cheetham Street, and her cousin used to live there and went to the bakery and brought bread and cakes, and she knew the owners, who was Ilse's son, I think.
So your family and Ilse Jacobs' family somehow are connected through the bakeries. That's amazing. I found in the archive a little clip of Ilse talking about the bakery, so I'll just see if I can play it now, because I wanted you to be able to hear her actual voice. Okay, so this is Ilse.
And then we saw a little shop on Bury Road, and it belonged to two old ladies, and they wanted to get rid of it, so we bought it. And it had a flat upstairs. Actually, it was a house on its own. It was pretty high. Next door was bombed. And we moved in there, and the bakery and the shop was downstairs. And apart from the fact that it was overrun with mice,
so she's talking about finding that first little shop in Bury New Road, and that they lived above the bakery. But she was talking about the fact it was overrun with mice when they moved in, which I think they must have sorted out before they opened the bakery. And they ended up with 14 different shops, she says, in the end. So your dad and your granny remember your granny's cousin remember different shops, don't they, in the different areas. So how does it feel to hear her voice?
It's just quite emotional. I don't know, just hearing her whole story and then hearing her voice.
It's very... it feels like I was expecting her to sound like a Manchester voice.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. But then in her story, she had a German accent and her kids used to be embarrassed of it until she helped them with their homework and their friends.
Yeah, that's right. I remember. Yes, she said her children were only supportive of her German accent when it helped them do their homework. Oh, and Eliana, do you know anything about your own family? How long have they lived in Manchester?
I know that we go back quite a few generations here. Originally, I think very far back in the generations that my family came from Poland, I think most of them.
Yeah.
But apart from that, they've always been in Manchester.
So you're a very Manchester, this area of Manchester family. That's oh, it feels. I really enjoyed connecting you with this story in the archive. It's been really great for me. So can I ask you also? You know, during the project we were going around Cheetham for a trip. I just wanted to ask you how you feel about Cheetham now. How do you feel about the area that you've got so much history with, haven't you?
Yeah, now I look at it very differently. At first, I didn't think much of it, just like it's just a random area in Manchester. But now I've seen stories and people's perspective of it. I look at it completely different.
How is it different?
It's not just like, it's got a lot of history behind it. It's not just an ordinary part of Manchester. There's a lot that's happened there.
It's amazing, isn't it? I really love working in Cheetham.
Yeah.
And okay, so have you got any questions that you'd like to ask your community partner in response to work? Because they're going to have it with them. Lucky them. I wish I was going to have it in my house.
My question is, how do you think you'll benefit from having my piece of art at the church? And do you think that it will make a positive impact to people that see it?
Brilliant. Okay, well, we'll look forward to asking that question and getting a reply back for you. Excellent. Thank you so much.